Hello and welcome to Mount and Warcraft. Oh yes, so if you're a fan of the Warcraft universe, then, well, this is definitely going to be something for you. If you'd like to check out the mod, there is a link in the description. This was super easy to install, by the way. You do have to roll back your game version. That's the only thing. You have to roll it back to 1.0.3, and then you just have to use Harmony, and that's it. Very simple, and it took me about 10 minutes total to actually get this working. So really no excuse if you are having trepidation about the possibility that it's going to have some issues. Now, this mod and its scope is insane. There are so many different races, so many different factions, and the map itself is immense. Now, there aren't any icons for these things right here. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry about that, because this basically just chooses your culture. So basically you could just choose, like for example, you might want to play as the Fell Horde. I think I might actually do that. You could play as Dark Iron Dwarves, Darkspear Trolls, Kaldurai, which are obviously Night Elves. You can play with Quel'Thalas, the Scourge, Lordaeron, Kultiris, and so on. Huge amounts of different selections here. Obviously they don't have the icons for the others, because unknown reasons. I don't know. Anyway, we'll play as the Fell Horde. Why not? That seems like a fun idea. So, obviously, we're not going to be playing as just a human, are we? No. Look at this. Look at all the different races we have available here. So you can play as the Vrykul. They are obviously the... they're the massive, Viking type guys that were initially introduced in... what is it now? It wasn't... Was it Wrath of the Lich King, actually? It might have been Wrath of the Lich King that they introduced them. I don't know. I can't remember. It's a long time ago that I played that. That was like, what? 2008 or something. I don't know. Wait, no. 2009, I think, actually. Anyway, yeah. So obviously you got these guys. You got the Orcs. You got the Fell Orcs. You got Elves. Obviously these guys are just regular, regular Elves. And then you got Trolls. Look at these guys. Look at how insanely cool they look. And then obviously you got Dwarves, which are... hilarious in themselves. And then obviously you have the ability to change their skin tones so dramatically as well. Look at this. So many different skin tones available. And we'll just play as a Fell Orc, I think. That seems pretty fun. So we'll just do that. And you can make them massive as well, by the way. So you could just literally make them as tall as you want. And obviously you can decide on, the other things. But I'm not really going to customize anything else. Anyway, basically what we're going to do now is we're just going to spec into two-handed, aren't we? I think we should probably spec into two-handed. Maybe we should spec into other things as well. I'm actually not entirely sure. I think two-handed is probably going to be the funnest one to go for. But I probably want to go for some one-handed as well, just because. Let's go for age 50. By the way, if you want this mod to work, it is highly recommended that you do not have birth and death enabled. In other words, you can have it enabled in the mod load order, but you do not want it enabled on the other screen. Okay, so for example, you don't want it you don't want it, for example, on the screen, the difficulty selection screen, basically, before you go into the actual game. You want to disable that. I think by default it will be disabled, but I'm just letting you know just in case, because that is a thing that you really don't want to turn that on, because as soon as a character turns 18, according to the mod creators, the game will crash. So you have to make sure that that is disabled, and then everything's going to be fine. So we're going to call ourselves... Oops. There we go. So yeah, we're just going to play on Bannerlord. I'm actually not entirely sure if we should even play on Bannerlord, to be honest. Maybe. I think it's okay. Anyway, so this is what you want to turn off. You really want to make sure that enable birth and death is disabled, okay? So, I'm just making sure that you've got that. And now let's go into the game. Now, as far as I'm aware, you do start in a random position. I think you do start in a random position when you first begin. I'm not entirely sure why that is, because if you do select the, if you do select the culture, then yeah, as you can see, I am culture Fellhorde. So technically, I should spawn in Fellhorde territory, but I do not. And with my previous character, that was also a thing where I actually spawned in Stormwind territory, which I thought was quite funny. Anyway, we are in Dalaran here, which is actually fantastic. I'm this is literally such an incredible project. I'm just absolutely blown away by how massive this map is. So yeah, if you know anything about Warcraft, you'll know that, well, you'll know the map. You'll know, you know, where everything is. I do. I mean, literally, just look at this thing. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom out all the way that I can. And so, yeah, this is the map, okay? This is not the only map, don't worry. This is not the only map. This is Eastern Kingdoms, as far as I remember, right? Is this Eastern Kingdoms? I think. Yeah. This is Eastern Kingdoms. That's where Stormwind is. And across the sea, as you might expect, is indeed Kalimdor. Wait a minute. No, this is not Kalimdor. Wait. No, this is not Kalimdor. Wait a minute. I'm looking at it the wrong way around. I think. Am I? Oh, see now. See, this is where I'm getting confused. Well, this is Northrend, obviously, as you can quite clearly tell. This is. I think this is Kalimdor, but where? There's Orgrimmar. Yes, indeed. Okay, it is Kalimdor. My bad. I didn't see Orgrimmar there. Anyway. Obviously, there's a huge amount of different things for us to go to here, and a massive amount of troops to be able to recruit. So, for example, if I were to go to the troops right now, I'm just going to... This is basically a mod showcase, by the way. Not sure if we're going to create a series on it just yet, but I just wanted to show you this because it is just so incredibly impressive. So, for example, let's just say that we want to look at, I don't know... the Dalaran units, if we want to do that. I mean, you could see here that they literally have archmages. I don't know what they actually have available. I'm actually not entirely sure if they have spells, by the way. I don't know if they have spells, so don't quote me on this. I have no idea about that. But I don't see why not, right? I don't see why not. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But they have really good skills, as you can see right there. We can take a look at the Vrykul as well. And you see the Vrykul here too. They have really good stats, as you might expect. They have these heavy execution as axes that they come equipped with. And apart from that, what else do we have? Well, we have Murloc Scavengers, as you might expect. I'm actually not entirely sure where the Murlocs are, actually, but yeah, we'll see as we go on. Bloodhill Bandits, we've got some Naga here. We currently can't see them. There we go. They had to load in the textures there, but yeah, it's absolutely incredible the amount of work that has gone into this, but just due to the fact that there are just so many different things included here. Obviously, these are just random bandits I'm selecting right now, which is just not very useful, is it? But yeah, now we've got Amani Axe Throwers. Obviously, these are trolls, as you might expect. If you've played in Zul'Gurub or any of those other troll-based expansions and things like that, then you're going to be able to, you know, you'll know about that. And then we have Abominations. Look at that. We actually have Abominations. I can't believe it. Yeah, so we have Abominations, Banshees, Death Knights, and Liches. Kel'Thuzad would be very proud right now. Yes, indeed. And we have Dark Ranger Generals. Obviously, those are basically Sylvanas. Yeah, so as you can see right there. Sylvanas did nothing wrong. And then we have, obviously, Death Knights as well as Scourge Bone Guards, as you might see in Naxxramas or something like that. I'm actually wondering, is Naxxramas actually in this? Maybe I have to check it. Anyway. We're hopefully going to be able to get out of the encyclopedia, because obviously all these textures are loading. And there we have it. Okay, so that took, well, about 20 seconds. And we are actually good. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, Naxxramas I don't think is actually here. Maybe it's in the Eastern Kingdoms in the top here? No, but the Sunwell is. The Sunwell is, because obviously Naxxramas was in a number of different places over the years. But yeah, the Sunwell, I remember that very fondly. Raiding that was really fun. Anyway, there's the Dark Portal. By the way, there are some really amazing ways that they have fixed travel. The travel system, you might think, oh, this is going to be so incredibly annoying. You're going to think, oh yeah, look, we've got to travel all the way along this line here, right? Well, no. You would actually be wrong if you thought that. Because if you go down to the dark portal right here, and you stand next to it, then what you can do is you can navigate your map all the way over to the other dark portal, and then you can just click here or wherever on this area, and then it's going to literally teleport you into the dark portal, and boom, you are right there in Draenor. That's it, in Draenor, maybe, if I can remember. Yeah, so that is absolutely insane in my opinion. I feel like they have just I don't even understand how they were able to do this, but it's absolutely incredible. But yeah, anyway, so there's a huge amount obviously for me to really just talk about here. But yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. So I'm just going to do a little bit of leveling up here. Just going to try to maximize my skills as much as I can. Just going to go for this, going to go for that. I should probably have spec'd into some charm skill, but well, hopefully I can level up relatively quickly. And yeah, so far I have had a whale of a time actually playing as a fell orc as well. Oh yeah, by the way, the particular races that you play as, they all have different HP values, as you might expect, because of course, why would they all have the same HP, right? Because orcs are certainly not going to have the same HP as... Oh, I have no food? Are you serious? Okay, I should probably buy some food, shouldn't I? Yeah. But yeah, of course, orcs are not going to have the same HP as, for example, a human. So that is exactly what is represented in the mod, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that is... I just can't believe it, really. I just can't believe that they were able to do something like this. This is just crazy. If you're, as I say, if you're a fan of Warcraft in general, then you really should check this out. The amount of stuff that is available here, obviously I have no idea how all of this is going to interact, but I can only imagine that it is going to be incredible to see a variety of different factions fighting against each other. I don't know, is Stormwind going to attack Ironforge? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure whether that's the case. If they do that, then that's going to be a super interesting thing to witness. Oh yeah, I can't imagine it. Okay, so yeah, anyway, what we're going to do is I would like to go over to where the Fell Horde are. Maybe we can go over here to Kargath, maybe? Maybe we can go over there. Oh look, there's Arthas. Look, there he is. He's part of House Men. Is this his yeah. This is his paladin self. This is his paladin self before he became the Lich King, I think. No. Yes, as you can see. So that is actually really, really cool. So in other words, this is in terms of the timeline, this is obviously before Warcraft 3 and before the culling of Stratholme and all that stuff. So that's actually very cool, the way that they've done that, so that they can actually include Arthas in his regular form, you know, in his paladin form in comparison to his Death Knight form. But obviously that doesn't, for me, that doesn't really matter so much, because I personally am just super, super happy to see all of these, you know, familiar locations represented in the game. It's just absolutely incredible. Anyway, we got a Thorison just going on there, trying to attack Thelsamar. That's actually a very funny thing to decide to do, but yeah, they're doing that. We've got some Bloodhill bandits here. This is going to be way too difficult for me to tackle by myself. Oh, do you want to fight? Oh, no. Yeah, these guys are going to be harsh, aren't they? Yeah, they're going to be really harsh. I mean, I've got a very basic party right now, and these Bloodhill bandits are going to be kind of difficult for us, I think. Oh, no, they're actually running from me. Oh, what? No, why are they running from me? Look at them. You know what? I'm literally going to pay them. Am I going to pay them? I have 588. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll pay them a little bit here. Not really what I wanted to do, but kind of have to sometimes. Kind of have to do that sort of thing, because we really don't want to be in a situation where I just get absolutely murdered straight away, do we? No, especially considering I'm almost at Kargath and the various other places that we can go to. I'd like to do a tournament, actually. I feel like a tournament would really help me out. It would at least give me some additional cash. And here we go. We've actually finally gotten some orcs available here as well. Obviously, orcs are generally what we want to go for here. I mean, I'd like to go for some fell orcs primarily. But it's going to be a bit difficult to actually get to that place at the moment. As I say, it seems like at the moment in this version of the mod, you are getting a random location. Ooh, we got some troll hunters right here. Might be dangerous. Troll hunters are quite dangerous, as you can quite clearly tell. They have 13 only, and yet they are still doing, well, pretty good. They're still doing pretty good here, so... I can't actually... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, okay, wait a minute, there we are. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, suffice it to say. I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna be able to achieve victory here. I am gonna just tell my forces to charge in. I don't know whether this is gonna work. They have 5 ranged troops, or all of them are ranged. I'm not entirely sure. I think they have thrown weapons, as you might expect. Yes, they do. They are trolls after all, so of course they have thrown weapons. I've got to be super careful here. I'm trying to distract most of these people so that they can actually chase me instead. I don't have a shield, by the way, either, so this is going to be somewhat problematic. Oh, wow, my horse just literally died instantly. Okay, these trolls are actually not that powerful. I mean, they are actually not that powerful, surprisingly enough. We are able to win this. I'm obviously not going to be able to really do much in a, you know, 2-on-1 situation. I'm just way too low level, and these guys have just great gear. In general, they're going to have really, really good gear. So, yeah, anyway, we did get some renown, which is all that we really wanted. And we also get, look at this, we got a bunch of level ups. Yes, that's what we like. Okay, so technically what I could do with the Dalaran recruits is we can either go for Dalaran militia, which will eventually become battle mages, or we can level them up into Dalaran mages and be tier 4 straight away. I'm actually thinking that we'll just, you know, keep them the way they are for the moment and just wait until they level up into those mages. We can also go for palace guards or captains. I think we'll probably just go for militia here. We can go for, wow, there's a huge amount of different choices here. I guess I'll go for crossbowmen potentially. Ah, look at this. Oh yeah, that's so cool. All right, yeah, we got some Gurabashi trolls here as well. Okay, so do we want to go for headhunters? I mean, I don't know what the witch doctors do, whether they have any abilities. But I'm going to go for the skirmishers, I think. Yeah, go for the skirmishers. And then we also have dark eye. Are these dark hinder wolves? I'm actually not entirely sure. Anyway, we'll go for the bruiser here. Because, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. They go into very different things. Oh, okay, I see. Because look at this. You make them into one of these things, and then they can either become a Doomforge mortar, which come equipped with rocket launchers. Oh my. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the Doomforge conscript then. I think that seems much too fun to pass up. I'm not entirely sure what else we have available here. What does the sharpshooter have? It has a precision boomstick, so I'm going to assume that that is indeed a gun rifle of some kind. And we also have the pyre guards here. They have cataphract maces. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to go for the mortar, I think. Let's do that. That seems super fun. Alright, so we got a cape. Let's wear that. And we can take the rest. Take all this stuff. We could just wear this. I actually really like the fact, by the way, that even if you are choosing a different race, something that's oversized, obviously I'm playing a fell orc that is massive, I really like the fact that the clothing and the equipment still manages to fit somehow. Ooh, we got this guy into a battle and a half, didn't we? Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. We've got this fellow from the Blackrock clan actually coming in to help us with these Murloc scavengers. Unfortunately, I am too wounded to go in here, so we're going to have to just go for an auto-resolve, which obviously I'm not a big fan of. I like doing auto-resolves normally just because sometimes they are going to be super, super useful. But, well, for me right now, I wanted to go in there and try to earn a little more loot, because that's really going to make a huge difference. Anyway, I'm going to go into Lakeshire. Basically, all I wanted to do was literally just get here, because I have such a little amount of cash right now that we are really desperately kind of needing it. So, otherwise, apart from that, I'm just going to sell all this stuff. This is really going to come in handy. Look at that. Massive amount of cash already, which is really, really nice. And then I can just buy a couple of pieces of food too. Is there a tournament actually going on somewhere nearby? Because a tournament would actually be pretty fun to do. I'm not entirely sure if they've replaced any of the scenes within the towns or anything like that, but obviously such a huge amount of work has already been done in regards to the modeling of every single faction and creating all these, you know, all these different races and everything, and making it so that they all work without really any problems whatsoever. But anyway, take a walk around the town center. I guess I'll take a look and see whether there is actually anything going on, obviously just for the sake of the showcase. But obviously this is a human town, so it's unlikely that they're gonna be doing anything, because let's face it, why would they, right? Why would they? You know, because this is basically done, you know. The human towns all look relatively similar, and yes, indeed, that is indeed the case. There you go. But that doesn't mean anything really, because what I should do is I should probably go over to one of the other places. And I'm talking about Stonard, for example. Maybe I should go there. That is, what is it? Swamp of Sorrows or something, right? Swamp of Sorrows? It's been such a long time since I've been to these places. Anyway, yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's go over there and see what we can do. Now, generally, what I would probably recommend doing... Oh, wow, Defiance Brotherhood. Are you serious? Get out of here. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to be able to really do too much against them. Technically, I could if this guy helps me. Yes, there we go. Okay, we can actually do something now. But yeah, generally, what I would actually recommend is... In any new game of Bannerlord, I'd recommend putting at least 1 point in charm skill and trying to help a vassal or a caravan or villagers. Most likely try to help a vassal if you can, a really small vassal that is being attacked by, you know, some larger-ish bandit party. Because if you do that and you gain some relation with that particular person, you're going to gain a significant amount of charm skill, and that is then going to enable you to hopefully earn enough to get the first perk. Because if you can get the first perk in the charm skill tree, you're going to have a whale of a time, because it's just literally going to provide you with so much additional renown. And that's obviously just a little bit of a general tidbit of information there. Nothing too amazing in regards to the mod, of course. This is nothing to do with the mod itself, but I obviously did create a test character beforehand, and I actually had a fantastic situation occur where I did have the ability to help out a vassal, and I gained 18 points in charm skill, or 17 points or whatever it was, and that was just incredible. Ooh, hello, look at this. We literally have the ability to rescue a Gurabashi headhunter. What? That is absolutely amazing. Look at that. That has now just basically just catapulted us into a situation where we are now in possession of one of the strongest units in the game, which obviously is fantastic, but we only have one of them, so it's not really going to, you know, make us overpowered or anything like that. I know some people have a problem with being overpowered in a single player game, but, you know, there it is anyway. You know, that's really cool. Fantastic. So that's actually going to help us going forward. Obviously, I'm probably not going to be going into too many additional battles. I just want to go and see whether maybe we can we go into Zolgarub, actually. Should we go into Zolgarub? I think that seems like a more fun idea. Does it seem like a more fun idea than going into Stonard? I'm not entirely sure now. There's just so many different places for us to go to, and they are all amazing. Yes, they are all amazing. Wait a minute. This is Stranglethorn Vale, right? Yeah. Where's Booty Bay, by the way? Booty Bay is going to be down here somewhere. That's where it should be, at least. But obviously this is, I assume, still in development. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is still in development, so, you know, all those things are inevitably going to be added sometime later on. I don't even know whether they're going to be adding it, but it could be cool. Could be cool. Anyway, yeah, let's take a walk around the town center. Hopefully I'm not going to get mugged or anything like that, because it is nighttime. I'm now a little bit more warband tuned at the moment because I'm just playing Pendor, of course. But anyway, I don't think this has been changed at all. No, I don't think this has been changed. Obviously, it takes a lot of work to change a... Wait a minute, has it? I'm actually not entirely sure. I don't think so, but they have a bunch of Gurabashi healers and so on and so forth all over the place. Gurabashi healers, medicine man, and so on and so forth. But it's massive, as you can quite clearly tell. It is massive. I actually wonder what the sieges are like. Wow. Can't really imagine it, to be honest. That is going to be immense. Absolutely immense. Anyway, the last thing for me to do... I don't think I'm missing anything. I'm not entirely sure if I'm missing anything. If I am, then I apologize. But what I want to do is I want to show you the traversal system. Because obviously I explained it to you earlier, but you know, it's maybe easier for me to just show you how that works, because it's really, really simple. No problem whatsoever with this, because what we can do is we just go over here. Let me see if it actually works the way that I explained it, because you know me, sometimes I'm going to explain things and then I'm going to be like, yeah, this is how it works, right? And then I try to do the thing and it's not how it works. So yeah, hopefully this is actually a town, by the way, if you didn't realize. This is actually a town, which is very, very cool. And we can actually recruit some fell orcs now as well. And these fell orcs, they actually become... What? I had no idea that they could become... What? Doom Guards? Are you serious? Okay, that's actually incredible. What? They can become Eradar Warlocks and... Oh. Okay. Yeah, you gotta play with the Fell Horde, don't you? You gotta play with these guys. You got the Queen of Suffering as well. Look at this. She's using a Succubus Dagger. There are so many... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I would 100% play with the Fell Horde right now. If I was playing this, you know, for like a series or whatever, I would 100% play like that. Anyway, so basically, I'm right outside the Dark Portal right there, right? So what I do now is I just click somewhere like here, and boom, there I am. That's it. So now I'm in Draenor, and there's a bunch of places that I can go to here. And there's Honor Hold, of course. I mean, well, you know, Honor Hold, quote unquote. And yeah, so you can also recruit a bunch here as well. And I'm actually wondering, are the scenes changed in here? I don't think so. I'm going to assume that most of the internal scenes have not been changed. No, as you can quite clearly tell, they have not been changed. But the amount of work that has gone into these troops... And as I say, the Fell Horde themselves, look at how insane this is. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. And they don't take a huge amount of time to level up either. I mean, generally, these guys do, obviously. You're going to need quite a lot of time for the Fell Horde summoners, for example, to be able to level up into any of these extremely high-tier troops. But it's worth it. It's going to be worth it in the end, in my opinion. But yeah. These are looking so incredibly fantastic. But yeah, there's so much stuff to do here. And if you'd like to check out the mod, there is a link in the description. This is just incredible. And obviously, you do have the Night Elf place over here. Darnassus is not yet created, as far as I can tell. Unless, wait a minute, Nordrassil is actually here? Huh. Am I getting this wrong? I'm actually not entirely sure. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. I'm not entirely sure. It's been such a long time. Anyway, if you'd like to check out the mod, there is a link in the description. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.